Mike Clay from ESPN has been kind of the conductor of the Browns hype train this offseason. 7 reasons why he says they are a legitimate Super Bowl contender. 1, ignore the obvious narrative. 2, the young quarterback has a lot of help. We'll get your take every couple of times. So both of those.
The narrative part is interesting because I think the one thing that might keep people from saying, I don't know about the Browns, is the fact that they're the Browns, right? You've got this reputation going back to 1999 that this organization isn't very well run. And the bottom line is that's not true anymore. You've got alignment. You've got people who know what they're doing. You've got great coaching. At some point, you've got to separate the logo and what you think of it from the actual football team that's going to be on the field. And I think that's a really key point to start things off.
Yeah, the Browns didn't work out very well for Juju Smith-Schuster in that playoff game. All right, so Baker Mayfield looks legit is number 3.
And yeah, I mean, if he's the quarterback that we saw from like Thanksgiving on, then yes, he looks legit. And the other thing is, this goes back to that other point. The Browns know how to use him. Kevin Stefanski knows how to use him, and the Browns know how to win football games with him. So even if he's not quite the quarterback we saw in the second half of the season, if he's just really good, the Browns are going to be fine, and they're going to figure out a way to win with Baker Mayfield.
Number 4, Browns defense is the most improved in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be in the running. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure who else would be in that discussion, but you might have, 9 of 11 new starters. You addressed it with the first-round draft pick. You've got Greedy Williams and Grant Delpit coming back on top of adding all those safeties, improving your linebacking core, beefing up your pass rush. You've added a bunch of basically any defensive tackle who wants to come here. It appears the door is open for him, maybe except for Sheldon Richardson, but we'll see. I can't argue with that.
Kevin Stefanski is an asset, is reason number 5 of 7.
I think this is really a sharp point too, because I think we're learning the players really respond to Stefanski. He's really boring when he talks to the media. It's not like that when he talks to the players. He's not that he's like this fiery, a motivational speech guy, but players want to follow him. And I think he really relates well to the modern NFL player. He's adaptable. These guys trust him. He communicates. I think calling him an asset is perfect. And I think we're going to see over time his ability to develop talent, but also develop young coaches is just going to continue to draw people to this organization.
Remember, he was the NFL Coach of the Year a season ago. All right, 6 and 7. AFC can be had, and the schedule is the easiest in the AFC North.
And I think that last point is really important too. The NFL is so much about 2 things: injury luck and the schedule. And I know the AFC North doesn't get the schedule it got last year when they got to play the NFC East. But when you kind of look at it a certain way, so you can look back to last year's records and say, well, this is where the schedule ranks. But I believe it was Warren Sharp tweeted out that the Browns schedule, if you look at betting odds, if you look at win total betting odds right now, is actually among the top 5 easiest. Now, I wouldn't put it necessarily that high just eyeballing it, but I think that's an interesting way to look at it, that the Browns could actually benefit from what some people think was supposed to be a really difficult schedule. And that's important. I don't think there's another professional sports league where the schedule plays more of a role. And if the Browns are a really good team and have a favorable schedule, that's when you start talking 13, 14 wins.